Hello, welcome to Porth Cwyfan on Anglesey. We're on the southwest corner of the island. Some of you out there who live not too far away, who come down to photograph this place, may well know of it. It's also known as the Church in the Sea. Now this is the first vlog on a new channel that I'm putting together, and I'd thought to myself, what I'll do is I'll do a nice introductory video, tell you all about myself before we go out and do our first shoot. It's Friday evening, 1st of September, and I looked out the window after finishing work. I work from home, and I live about 5 minutes from here, so I thought, well, I'm going to waste my time doing a piece to camera, tell you all about myself. I might as well get down and do a shoot. So my first vlog is actually going to be a shoot. Let me just turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at. I've just arrived, parked up, sitting on a very beautifully carved bench that overlooks the bay, and it's a perfect evening, hardly any wind. So let me just show you the view. Probably can't see the church out there on the island because it's backlit by a very bright sun at the moment. We're about 45 minutes from sunset, and I'm actually not here to shoot the sunset. What I want is to shoot the church from the far side so I get the sunlight, the setting sunlight, although there's quite a big heavy bank of clouds, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a washout. But you know, I watch a lot of these landscape photography vlogs, and I always find it a bit odd when people are so desperate to get a picture, because getting a picture is a bonus, trying to get a picture is part of the fun. But just being here, and you know, as I said, I only live 5 minutes away, but you don't get tired of this sort of thing. So with that, I'm gonna traipse across the beach about half a mile or so and get set up. I probably won't do piece to camera while I'm walking, because all you'll get is me huffing and puffing. I'm much older than most of the people doing landscape photography vlogs, so bear with me. Yeah, we'll see how we do, and maybe I'll make that clip at some point in the future, tell you more about myself and what I use and why I like photography and all that sort of rubbish. What I'm also going to be doing, actually, before I forget, is I'm going to be showing you everything I do in post. So the pictures that I'm going to take tonight, if anything's worth processing, I'm going to get onto my machine, take some screen grabs, and show you exactly how I do the post. So you're going to get both sides of the pictures, which means that you won't actually see the finished results of the pictures in this particular vlog. So I'll see you later. It's high tide now, it's only a neap tide, so I can still walk out of the causeway, and I think realistically I'm not going to get any decent light from down here on the beach. So I think what I'll do is I'll walk out along the causeway and see if I can get right up underneath it, because the light is just not going to work for a big wide landscape shot. Oh yeah, and I was just looking at the footage from that earlier clip as I was walking along the beach. So my first vlog cock up, a nice GoPro shadow all over me. Sorry about that. I'll do my best to be as professional as I can in future. Although you're very unlikely to find me parking my camera on a bench or a fence post and walking past it as if I got a cameraman, because I haven't. 30 minutes till sunset. It's a race against time, and you know what? The thing about it is, what I love about landscape photography is it's so slow and measured, and everything's, you consider everything and take your time over it. So I'll set up my tripod, just about here with a long lens. Here's the church just behind me, and then I'll come back to you and show you what I have in mind for settings. Okay, so I'm set up. I've got a composition in mind, and amazingly there's a wee bit of light in the sky, so I'll show you what I'm doing in terms of composition. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. So that's my live view. I've got a leading line running up the boulders in the foreground, big chunk of sky, and frankly absolutely nothing to indicate that this church is in the sea. So settings, we're going to go for somewhere around f9, I think, and because to be honest, I just don't like risking a really small aperture and losing image quality when I can perfectly easy focus stack it. So I'll probably take 3, maybe 4 shots, as I say, f9, ISO 100, and I've got a really steady tripod, so whatever shutter speed that gives me, I'll tell you later. So I'm going to do some photography and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've got a series of 4 shots for focus stacking. There's a little bit of light in the sky, but I think the sun's about to dip down behind a low cloud bank, so it's probably the best we're going to get unless it clears up in the next half hour or so. I'll hang around because, you know, got nowhere better to be and it's a lovely spot. So on the camera we're at ISO 100, we're f9 as I mentioned. It's giving me a shutter speed of about 60th, which is absolutely fine, no problem at all. I'm going to just have a nose round, see if there's anything else doing. The tide's in, it's high tide right now, so the bay is filled up quite nicely. So if we get any decent light, I might go for a long exposure and see if I can bounce the light off the sky onto the sea, but I don't know, who cares, we'll see. Don't know if you can see me, next to no light left, but in the interests of proving this church is actually in the middle of the sea, so to speak, I've climbed a cliff. Whatever you do, don't tell my wife, she'll do a nut. So there's the view behind me. You can see the church, hopefully, Christ knows, because I'm using a GoPro, so I can't see a damn thing. But I'm set up here, and when you go for a long exposure, smooth the sea out a little bit, although kind of won't make much difference because it's pretty still anyway. But there's a really nice glow in the sky behind, looking across to the Llŷn Peninsula. So, you know, it's worth firing a shutter off, see what we get, and probably leave it at that for tonight, head home, and in the next video I'll be showing you if these pictures are any use, what I do in post. Frankly, if they're no use at all, I'll still show you because you might learn something and it might be helpful. So see you in the next video. Bye.